is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah, go Cowboys!
This is Mick Shots.
Streaming live on DallasCowboys.com and the official Dallas Cowboys app.
Now, here are Bill Jones, Heckma Harrison, Everson Walls, and Mickey Spagnola.
Go! Go! Dallas Cowboys! Mr. Gold.
Direct that Heckma and Mickey directing the band.
The whole world hear our bugles blow. Stand up!
I like it.
Stampede!
Just see the joy in Heckma's face. Here we go. Yes, it is time
Let's
for
go!
a Victory Monday edition
Yes!
of Mick Shots without Everson Walls.
Yeah. Let's go.
I think the Cowboys need to have homecoming every year.
You know what? I missed the end of the game.
What do you mean?
I was packing my bags and headed out because so I didn't see victory formation.
Didn't see it.
You know what? I went down to.
You didn't see it either.
No,
Didn't see it either.
No,
I missed like the last 2 minutes of the game.
I did. I went down.
They were running out the clock, and so I
went down
assumed
at
there was a
2-minute
victory formation, right?
Hey, I will tell you this: they won. They still pulled it off. You didn't miss
It
one.
wasn't until there was 2 minutes left. I think we got this one in hand.
You were safe on your way to wherever you were going,
I was
Bill.
going into work.
Okay, yeah, it was good.
It was one of the few games that you didn't have to watch to the last second.
Exactly. A 44-22 win.
I think we all.
The Washington Commanders.
Didn't we all kind of go that this was going to be a high-scoring game?
40 burger? Yeah,
Yeah.
I had 40.
Yeah.
What did y'all have?
I think I had
had 40
34.
Yeah, you did not.
Yeah.
44?
34.
Oh, 34. Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely had a 40 burger on this one too.
You know what? There was one year I had the gimmick of I would fill up my gas tank, and whatever that number came out to be, I would stop at whatever in the 30s, whatever.
Okay.
And that would be my prediction on the game. It's 36 to 19. It was $36 a night.
That's how you play your lottery numbers too.
This week I decided I'm going to stop at 40.
Okay,
Because
I got you.
I know the game is going to get to 40 points. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to predict my final score off of this. I didn't happen to do it because it was too lopsided.
Yeah.
It was 40-15. It was $40.15, and I almost hit it if I would have gone with that.
Not the price of eggs.
No
and milk.
one would have thought Cowboys 40, Commanders 15, right? You would have thought 40 for the Cowboys.
Right.
It was 15 at one point.
It was. They were right on track to be like 41-15.
Yeah, this was, dude, what a game.
So the story of the game is
What
A scientific way of figuring it out.
what was the scientific? Come on, you got to go to the Holy Grail on that one. Then, what's the scientific way of figuring it out, Mick?
Go to the gas station or look for scores from 50 years ago.
yeah.
Is that what it was?
But what was the story of this game? When it's all said and done, a 44-22 win, what was the story of the game?
The game,
What was the biggest story coming out of the game?
was it 50 years ago or something?
No, this game.
Oh, this game.
What happened on Sunday? What is the biggest thing the Cowboys get out of this game? What's the biggest thing that happened for the Cowboys in this
The
game?
defense held the
thank you.
Commanders to 20 points.
Thank you.
Go
Because going
way to
in,
get to that.
no one would have thought that, okay, this Dallas defense is going to limit Washington to now. At the time we made our predictions, we had a good clue Terry McLaurin was not going to play.
It was a clue, but it wasn't
And-
concrete,
and
It wasn't
we had no
and
idea.
Deebo Samuel.
And Deebo Samuel.
So all
And
of
as
those
it
things.
turned out, Jaden Daniels only played a little more than half the game.
So all those things being considered, I don't know if that ended up being the biggest story, Bill, because going into the matchup Sunday, you really just figured that, look, it was going to be all Bill Krosky Merritt. It was going to be him and Jaden Daniels. And then once he went out of the game, they were pretty much stuck. They couldn't do much, after that. But
So then the biggest story of the game is what?
CeeDee Lamb.
Exactly.
What are you talking? CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens together, and what this offense can do
For you.
going forward.
His score. These guys are amazing, man. It is, to me, and we've talked about Dak and the MVP season that he's off to, the way that he is producing and the way that he's leading with two number one wide receivers. And you don't have the infighting that you have when you look around the NFL. Between these two guys, they seem to love each other's company. Watching them in the post-game interviews and all of that. Man, it is very refreshing to see this offense that Shadi is leading be able to manufacture points as fast as they have. At the end of the first half, to me, guys, that was at 40-something seconds, so whatever.
They scored. Washington scored with 45 seconds left.
45 seconds left, and you realize that, look, like literally, guys, we are about to go down and score based off of all of the results and all of the analytics that you've seen on the Dallas Cowboys.
Even
big play after big play.
Even after a sack on first down.
Big play after big play.
So we're talking, you take it even further than that. After the sack on first down, the clock was reset to 31 seconds left. And so 31 seconds left, they went 79 yards in 3 plays for the touchdown.
Incredible.
77 yards in 2 plays.
Right. And then the 2-yard touchdown.
I figured they were set up for a 60-yard field goal.
But
they would settle for a 60-yard field goal at some point.
They were at the 28.
They were basically
going to get to the 50.
I think
45.
that was the intent on first down at the 28-yard line with 40 seconds left. Let's just get in field goal range.
Yeah.
And then after the sack, they say, oh, what the heck? Just throw it deep to Pickens.
Yeah.
And what a beautiful pass
He's amazing.
and catch.
This is a guy that is showing you with the second opportunity that he's getting to change his perception. I think everybody understands that George Pickens is a playmaker, but the perception of George Pickens before he got to Dallas was one where there's a negative cloud over him. What he's done is he has got here and he is showing everybody that he is a apex in the NFL. The kind of guy that he is on that throw, the ability, and I think Tom Brady basically outlined it the best. That is one of the most difficult catches to make for a wide receiver, over the shoulder, showing your hands late the way that he does.
Willie Mays.
What a comparison, right? What a comparison of talk about an all-star, all-everything athlete. But George Pickens, to me, reinventing himself in Dallas, man, this is phenomenal, and I love it more for Dak than anybody because, man, he is just flourishing in this offense.
And the guy was hanging all over him, right?
It was great coverage.
Was it Lattimore? He's not
Marshawn
Lattimore anymore.
What are you saying?
They burned his butt the whole game.
No, but I mean, Lattimore, and I think Brady pointed it out. I mean, you can't cover a guy any better than Lattimore did right there, unless you knock the ball away.
Sometimes,
but the way the Dak threw it in the bucket, just perfectly placed down the sideline. Yeah.
So those two guys, 9 catches, 192 yards, a touchdown, and a catch that set up a touchdown.
And getting back to what Heckma's talking about with Pickens, and
Did you see him after the game?
yes,
Did you see him on the the TV?
with CD.
CD and
Yep.
Dak, and he came in. He had his white kerchief on or whatever, and he pulled it up over his nose, and he stuck his head in the interview on TV.
Oh, I didn't see that.
You didn't see that?
Yeah,
He was
I saw the
clowning.
locker room.
He was clowning with them. I'm going, yeah, why'd they pick those two guys? Should have picked all 3 of them.
But back to your point on that. Go back to May when the trade was made, and he's got this reputation coming from Pittsburgh.
Had to grow up, right?
Right. It's the leadership on this team taking him in and not believing any of that other stuff that from his past, whether true or not, and he was accepted here. And it started with Schottenheimer and Dak and CD accepting him. This is another guy who could be a number 1 wide receiver, and you take the ego out of the game.
That's
and
amazing.
he got an opportunity, and I think he recognized it, to play with the best quarterback of his career and the best wide receiver cohort of his career.
Yeah.
He didn't have that at Pittsburgh. No. And I don't know how they treated him, why they treated him.
As Babe Laufenberg told me yesterday, he was on our pregame show yesterday, and I mean, basically at Pittsburgh, studying him, he ran 4 routes in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, 3 of them were 9 routes.
Mm-hmm.
So I put a lot of that when you talk about the leadership. I put that on Dak. Obviously, the coaching staff, the front office, all of them, they're going to accept him because they have him here in house. But it's for a guy like Dak that has to deliver the mail to him, teach him the playbook, feel good about him being in and out of those routes. And it wasn't so much to me, Bill, the big gains that he had. It was on, I think it's third down or so. He runs an out and he picks up the first down. And it's just one of those George Pickens things that he does that you see the defense doesn't. At that point, the defense didn't know where he was going to go. And his ability now not to be a one-trick pony, not to be the guy that when you come into a game, he's only going to run goals, flies, whatever it is, those 9 routes or whatever. He is a possession receiver, and you can use him like that. And to me, like I said, I think that the Dallas Cowboys right now, as an organization, have to find a way, and we could talk about what they're going to do later signing him. But this guy, he and CD together, they've got to be saying that both of us together, the future is nothing but bright.
And then when one of them goes down, then you got the other one.
We've seen that already, right?
Right.
Was it TV? Somebody pointed out that not only what his catches are total so far, what has he got? What do you think? Like 5 or 6 pass interference?
Yeah,
for
crazy.
More than 180 yards or something like that?
That's part of the
you should get credit for that with an asterisk.
Part of the, I mean, that's what happened on the first series of the game.
Right.
Interference in the
end zone. Throw it up and see what happens.
It's a great strategy.
And Dak says, well, I underthrew the ball. And I'm like, man, that's the one thing about them and their connection that they've got to, and it's going to do nothing but get better as the season goes on. But figure out moments like those, because that would have been an amazing catch and throw from him, So what a victory. 44 points scored in this game. This offense right now is on a roll. I think defensively, and I'm sure we'll get into this, but where I'm most pleased, and let me preface, I know that the Commanders were shorthanded. Yep. Okay, so I'm not jumping out of the cake on the performance, but what I am saying, I am pleased with the way that the defense showed up yesterday, and especially the defensive line.
That, to me, was the difference. There's been this whole rage out there about, am I playing man or am I playing zone?
Right.
My question is, what's going on up front? Because they're not getting anything done. And I kind of saw it, but I didn't know, and I got into a conversation with somebody that knows football. And I said, so last week, the Panthers are double-teaming the Cowboys' defensive tackles and basically taking them out of the game, and the defensive ends aren't doing anything against the run. And he gave me this idea about how you play up front, different styles. They were playing more catch. They were catching up front, like they weren't attacking with the defensive front. And in this game, I saw them attacking with the defensive front, which was creating gaps for the linebackers to shoot in there to create havoc back there. I thought that was the biggest difference. What'd they end up with? Like 4 sacks, 7 quarterback hits.
Yeah.
They had a bunch of tackles for losses. I know they ended up giving 130-some yards in rushing, but the front was causing problems up front, even for Jaden Daniels, as elusive as he is, and he ended up being their leading rusher with 35 yards. We thought that Bill was going to be the problem.
Heck yeah, we did.
And he had 33 yards rushing.
On 13 carries.
Yeah. So the defensive front, you saw them blitzing linebackers, what Shamar James did. Oh, I thought Kenneth Murray looked like the Kenneth Murray I thought we were going to get. He was making plays.
They were much more assertive in what they were doing up front defensively.
And the bottom line on this zone and man-to-man, they were in man-to-man when they gave up the big play early in the game, down to the 2-yard line. Great play I went back and looked by Washington. They lined up wide receiver outside, Ertz inside, and they crisscrossed. And so the cornerback ended up taking Ertz, and Bell, who was on the line of, close to the line of scrimmage, who was supposed to take the tight end, he got more.
Late,
And Moore ran away from him. And single safety high, they had a Johnny Clark back there, and he was late getting over. And so in man, they got beat. But in zone, Deron Bland has a pick six. He was just laying off, and they got pressure up front on Mariota, and he had a brain fart throwing that pass high in the air, and Bland just jumped it. And Bland was 8-9 yards off that. It was the running back, right? McNichols, is that his name? And he came running up from 8-9 yards and pick six, and that was the ball game.
And then,
if it wasn't already.
Dan Quinn had a flashback to 2023 when Deron Bland had 5 of those. And, and one of the main reasons Dan Quinn is standing on that sideline as the Washington Commanders head coach is because of what Deron Bland did in the 2023 season with 5 pick sixes.
And he looked healthy, right? Do you see how fast he was?
How about the way he was
tackling? Yes.
Yes.
The physicality that he and look, what I want to see from Deron Bland is a lot more than just that, and I thought the fact that he had the pick six is showing you that he is healthy. But the other part about the defensive line to me, Mickey, that I loved is that guys were staying in their lanes. This was not the game like it was last week where you were seeing Osa Odighizuwa jump all the way out of a hole, or Sam Williams make a mistake on gains and stunts and things like that, where they're just leaving big gaping holes behind them because of just missing their responsibility. They didn't do that in this game. This was
do what you're supposed to do.
Do your job.
Right? You didn't see anybody sideways being pushed 5 yards.
Do your job.
It's one of those things where, everyone's got a responsibility on defense, okay? And if it's such a team thing on defense, okay? So let's take the front 7, okay? 6 guys do what they're supposed to do. 1 guy doesn't, and it gets exposed, okay? Yeah. Let's say 7 guys up front are all doing the wrong thing, okay? Yeah. That's better, and a lot of times, than one guy doing the wrong thing, because at least if you're all making the wrong decision, read it wrong, you're covering gaps, okay? But there's a gap open if one guy
How true is that?
Doesn't do his thing. Back on Deron Bland. All right, I went back and looked at his season so far, okay? And as we get into this, now we're 7 games deep, and then all the games start to run together, and I forget, which games did they miss, whatever. Deron Bland missed the Giants game, the 40-37 overtime game, and the Chicago game. What happened with the pass defense in the Chicago game? It was in both those games. Russell Wilson has 4 touchdown passes in the Giants game. And then Caleb Williams burns the secondary in the next game. Yeah. Deron Bland didn't play either one of those games. So he's been back for the Green Bay game, the Jets game, the Carolina game, and the Washington game. I mean, you can look back at when the secondary was not good early in the season, and now they've straightened things out. Well, it's coincided with Deron Bland being back, too.
He made the tackle on the 2-point conversion, too.
Right.
Or the attempt. He had 7 tackles. So you're playing in the slot.
And he's physical tackle.
What we used to talk about Jordan Lewis in the slot, if you're in the slot, sometimes you got to play the run. Well, he was in the slot and did a heck of a job in there.
Hi, Everson. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. It's doing great. I don't know if I'm on whatever.
Well, you're on. You were doubly on because you had it on your phone, too.
Yeah. Great conversation. And I just wanted to join in.
This is Nathan Frisco.
Yeah, I have nothing to add. But that was great. Great stuff what you said, how because I've been very critical of the defensive line. Very, very critical, and of our linebackers. But what you two guys said about the attacking and guys replacing themselves back in the hole, making plays, I was proud of Osa. It's been a long time since I could say, hey, man, I'm proud of Osa. He played football. He he shot the gap with a purpose, not just flying upfield hoping to make a play. He was making plays. I told Heckma earlier, we was talking. I'm like, I was just surprised, not surprised, but glad that he made some tackles on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Not And so
10 yards down the field.
And like you say, DeRon Bland, and I believe this is what the simple. We beat offense that we should have beaten.
Of course.
I'm not going to make it more than what it is. We beat an offense that we should have beaten yesterday. That's simple as that. I have nothing more to add.
We hope you're going to add more because you're going to be back for the next segment.
Yes, I am.
Okay,
yes.
All right. We'll get Nate and Frisco's take, and we've got some breaking news about an injured Cowboys player when we come back here on Mix Shots in just a moment. That's a tease, Heckma.
Wow. Yeah, I took it.
The National Medal of Honor Museum is now open in Arlington, Texas, just a few blocks from AT&T Stadium. Immersive exhibits and exciting technology allow you to fly a rescue helicopter mission in Vietnam and have conversations with virtual Medal of Honor recipients. Come be inspired by these incredible stories of ordinary Americans who did the extraordinary. Get your tickets at mohmuseum.org.
Hey, Cowboy fans. Keith Davis here, former Cowboys safety.
Keith Davis into the end zone.
You know what separates champions from the rest? Making the right move at the right moment. With blockchain.com, that's never been easier. The Cowboys became America's team by striking bold when it mattered most. Now it's your turn. Invest like your icons with blockchain.com. Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys today to get started and learn more. That's blockchain.com/Cowboys.
Hey, Cowboy fans, if you're thinking about attending a game this season, visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today. Stay at the team hotel, have dinner with a Cowboys legend, and experience the best sports venue in the world, AT&T Stadium. Also, tour the Star, get autographs from your favorite players, and talk X's and O's with me, Mickey Spagnola. The official travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys will take care of all your travel needs. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your package today.
Miller Lite, the legendary light beer. The originator, the inventor. If this beer could talk, it'd tell stories about that one time, that night, that one guy, that one gal. Writing a story 50 years long and 50 million friends wide. Because legendary stories start with a light. Here's to 50 years of Miller Time. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Back to Mixed Shots.
Cowboy fans, play the all-new Cowboys Kickoff Quest Fortnite Finishers powered by Lenovo. Search map code 983-5619-8599 at Fortnite.com to start your adventure. Plus, earn a secret code when you download the Cowboys app, connected by AT&T.
All right, so there's Fortnite for you, Mickey.
There you go.
Oh, yes.
You stay up all night doing that.
Here's the breaking news that I teased moments ago.
Is it about Agent?
Yes.
Oh, what happened?
T-21. DeMarvion Overshown has tweeted out T-21. Stephen Jones has confirmed the 21-day window has opened for Agent Zero. What do you think about that?
I'm going to let Mickey go into the Holy Grail, man. He got something written down there while he's doodling. Something's going on.
No,
we're looking at, okay,
I figured out.
Let's figure out this first. Here's the schedule. You
That's
got
what I was
Denver on Sunday. Okay.
Arizona.
Then 2 weeks from today, a Monday night game against Arizona. Then a bye week. And then a Monday night game against Vegas.
Which one he would be.
And then the start of Thanksgiving week is the Philadelphia game on a Sunday. So which is where how far does the 21-day window reach then?
21 days ends November 12th.
So
November 12th.
He should be able to start practicing the Wednesday before the Vegas game, if all goes well.
Okay, that gets you through the bye week.
Right,
So
because
after the bye week is when his 21-day window.
My contention was you didn't want him to have his first game Philly on Sunday and then think he's going to play Thursday, right? 2 games that close. So if he's ready,
Bill, why are you looking at me like that?
You got something bubbling.
something
I wanted to
not
hear
sitting
Nate.
right.
Because me personally, if he don't play a down this year, I'm good with it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, let it be after Philly, and then let it be a snap.
That'd be after Kansas City.
Then it would be after Kansas City.
Let it be after Kansas
Then
City.
it's Detroit on a Thursday night after.
And let it be after Detroit.
Well, the thing is, if you start the window at the end of 21
Right.
days, you got to do something. Otherwise, he's out for the year.
Oh, that wouldn't bother me now.
That wouldn't
Mick.
bother you either.
That wouldn't bother me.
Okay.
I
Now he can,
But he could
put
be-
him on the 53
But he could be inactive for however long.
because
Yeah.
they elevated Kalen Carson to 53 before the game,
yes, sir.
but he only played like 5 special team snaps.
Okay.
But they
as
didn't have
insurance-
to. They don't have to open the window now. I mean, they could have waited a long time to open up.
I
the
think this
21-day
kid
window,
is-
so that tells you that he's making really good progress.
I think this kid is so excited, and I'm excited for him because I know he is a positive. I know this kid is a positive. But kids like that, I kind of like to have to protect them. You know, it's like you got this kid that got a fascination with running down the street. You always gonna have that kid
Protect them
that's
from
adventurous.
themselves.
Yeah. So I'm just. I mean, what's your thoughts, young man?
Gosh, my thoughts about it has been the same. I cringe every time I think about him playing this year, based off of how he left off last season. I wish somebody would. You know, as much as I love him, as his energy that he plays with, he's
Yes,
just
sir.
pure fire electricity. And I just look for him to be a big part of the future. I think the next couple of games are so important. The Cowboys pull off a victory this Sunday versus the Broncos and
Yes.
come back on Monday night and beat the Cardinals. I think that puts you in the driver's seat for so many good things to happen for this team. Guys to me like Shamar James that showed you his blitzing ability. I think the linebackers, we were just talking about Kenneth Murray and how
I know
he's
Bill
showing
felt good about that. I
You
saw
know
him
he did.
smiling.
You know he did.
I saw
know he did.
Lord, boy.
Because that's where he always wanted him.
Yeah.
That's how he wanted him to be, just that good. He defended him on that one pick when everybody was talking about him against Carolina.
Yeah, yeah.
being there. Oh, he brought
Why
the all
would you put
22.
the kid in that position? That is not a winnable position.
He brought the- Is that your Bill Jones voice?
Yeah, oh,
okay.
When he get to talking extra proper, oh my God, it's an Oklahoma thing. Wind blows strong, you know.
Well, let me tell you about my Texas Longhorn, DeMarvion Overshown.
That's so funny.
Just remember, though, it's not him making the decision.
Yes, sir, I
to start
understand.
the 21.
Yes.
And you know, Britt and Maurer, they're not going to send a guy out there before he's ready.
And none of us here, Brett,
Yeah.
we're questioning you and the doctors. We are not questioning you or the doctors. What I think sometimes, and this kid don't have that problem, where a lot of guys have to mentally get themselves going. That's why they have a snap count. That's why they let them, start feeling their body and stuff like that. This kid don't have that problem. Right. Remember he got hurt, and they had to hold him back the last time because this kid you would see him in training camp just running like, was he actually hurt?
Yeah.
So he don't have that problem, but I just want him to be right.
Well,
balanced.
just think about when he got hurt this last time. Mm-hmm. His first question when they're carting him off is, how soon can I get back?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's him.
He don't have, but anyway.
Okay, here's the quote from Stephen Jones on 105.3 The Fan.
The Fan?
A half hour ago in my broadcast voice.
Proper.
Stephen Jones on DeMarvion Overshown. He is fired up. He'll start to work back in. Hopefully, after that bye, he'll be ready to play football.
And so, who is that, Mick? The bye? Who is
that would be the Raiders game.
That would be the Raiders.
Yeah.
Out in L.A.
In Vegas.
In Vegas,
yeah.
L.A. Vegas.
And our whole group is trying to get out there. Scott Purcell is meeting with Derek them to try to get our whole group out there.
Y'all need some help carrying bags
for the Monday night game.
Yeah, for the Monday game, we're gonna be trying to get a spot in the stadium and trying, so
Don't take
Yeah.
my spot on the.
By the way,
No, we're not going with y'all because we're exceptional. So we make exceptional moves.
by the way,
you get private air.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna have to drive. How about as private as
speaking of the Raiders,
yes.
did you happen to see their offensive stats yesterday against
No.
Kansas City?
No.
Kansas City had 30 first downs in that game. Oh, man. Las Vegas had 30 offensive plays.
No, get out of here.
No.
Yes.
Oh no.
That's bad.
The
No.
Raiders had 3 first downs in the game. Kansas City had 30 first downs. Las Vegas had 3.
And this is with Tom Brady having the ability to go into other people's backyards. and
I don't know
spy.
if Tom Brady has anything
They
to
had
do with that.
Vegas had a total of 95 yards offense, and Kansas City in resting their starters.
So
in
what
the
was
fourth
the
quarter.
score?
31-3.
Yeah, it's bad.
How many yards?
They had 95 yards
Mm.
and 3 first downs. Vegas did. Chiefs had 434 yards and 30.
What was the time of possession is the key here.
Well, I need to go look that up.
But anyway, man.
Anyway, okay, I got another update for you. Another update from Stephen Jones on Trayvon Diggs. The quote, obviously he had an accident at home that kept him from playing. Hopefully he'll be back ready to go to work this week. So that's the quote from Stephen Jones this morning. And on Jonathan Mingo, he will be moved to the active roster. He'll be competing to get snaps. Obviously, that wide receiver room has gotten pretty spicy. He's obviously got rare size and speed, and he's a physical player.
So that would give him 6 wide receivers on the 53, assuming they don't
Right.
not get rid of.
Who are you going to get rid of?
Release. Well, I'm just saying they got to make room.
You're not releasing any of the other 5.
You got to make room for them.
Well, we were giving roses to Britt Brown. We're going to give him some more for getting Tyler Booker back because he damn sure looked healthy. And CeeDee Lamb.
And one of the best shots of the day was after CeeDee Lamb's on the telecast was after CeeDee Lamb's touchdown and embrace between CeeDee Lamb and Britt Brown on the sideline. That was pretty cool.
Did you see their celebration behind the end zone?
Mm-hmm.
Did they show that on TV? He and Pickens.
Yeah. I mean, I saw it in the I don't know if they showed a close up of it.
There's a lot of.
Would you like to describe it for us?
No, I can't do it.
You sure?
It was a lot of choreographed hands and handshakes and waving and.
Nothing that's going to get a fine.
No.
No, they 3 pumps to get you a flag.
But you're okay if you're off the field, right?
What's wrong? Why are you laughing?
No,
2 pumps.
There was
but not 3 pumps.
So you talking about the Nate?
I think there was 2 pumps. Yeah.
There's 2. You do more than 2 pumps, you get
Okay.
Okay, we're 12:34 right now. We're caught in between. Do we want to go to another topic here in a second,
Sure.
or you want to go
Let's-
to another topic?
We got Nate. We got Nate. Come on, let's
All
get
right.
another topic.
Another topic now or after the break?
Let's go after the break.
After the
because,
break.
I
So
wanna
that'll
talk
give us
more about
plenty of
his
time.
trade plans.
Okay. When Mick Shots continues in a moment.
Hey, Cowboy fans. Keith Davis here, former Cowboys safety.
Keith Davis into the end zone.
You know what separates champions from the rest? Making the right move at the right moment. With blockchain.com, that's never been easier. The Cowboys became America's team by striking bold when it mattered most. Now it's your turn. Invest like your icons with blockchain.com. Visit blockchain.com/cowboys today to get started and learn more. That's blockchain.com/cowboys.
Miller Lite, the legendary light beer. The originator, the inventor. If this beer could talk, it'd tell stories about that one time, that night, that one guy, that one gal. Writing a story 50 years long and 50 million friends wide. Because legendary stories start with a light. Here's to 50 years of Miller Time. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Star Sports Tours is the only official fan travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys, offering exclusive game weekend travel packages with pre-game sideline access and photo ops with current players, cheerleaders, and Cowboy legends. You want to stay at a team hotel, attend the best tailgate party in Texas, tour the Star, and talk X's and O's with me, Everson Walls? With Star Sports Tours, you can. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today.
The National Medal of Honor Museum is now open in Arlington, Texas, just a few blocks from AT&T Stadium. Immersive exhibits and exciting technology allow you to fly a rescue helicopter mission in Vietnam and have conversations with virtual Medal of Honor recipients. Come be inspired by these incredible stories of ordinary Americans who did the extraordinary. Get your tickets at mohmuseum.org.
Back to Mixed Shots.
Cowboys Nation, Dallas Cowboys United, presented by Globe Life, is exclusively in the Dallas Cowboys app. Join the official fan club today to receive access to Cowboys Drops, where you can win game tickets, autographed items, exclusive experiences, and more. Download the app now to join.
All right. Offensive line. One thing, as I started reviewing the All-22 this morning, okay, the first touchdown by Javonte Williams, or the touchdown by Javonte Williams early in the game, first touchdown of the game, right? It's right after the interference in the end zone. The blocking by the tight ends, right on. Schoonmaker and Brevin Spanford. Terrence Steele got a great block on that as well. And it was funny on the Fox telecast. Tom Brady had a Freudian slip where he referred to 73 as Allen.
Oh,
Yeah.
easy to do.
And
He looks like it.
And 73
Playing like it.
73 Allen / 73 Tyler Smith.
That's out.
He had nobody to block. I mean, he pulled on it, and there was nobody to block all the way to the end zone because everybody else did their job blocking.
Booker also had his
Booker had a block too on
in there.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys think about the safety? Since we're going to address the safety and
handing the ball off 5 yards deep in the end zone.
So the play is
that's the first thing I thought of. And
Okay.
then it was a situation where it turns out Schoonmaker's trying to block Deron Payne. That's not a winning proposition.
a lot of recipes
right?
for a disaster
right?
on that one.
Six-time Pro Bowler.
You know, it's a few guys that you don't put in that situation. I blame that totally on the coach. You when you coming off that line like that, you need a defense. You need an offensive lineman. You have them extra sets and them extra looks.
Yeah, the jump.
You have it in your bag, so use it. Use it. Don't. I hope coach learns something. And then the player that you asked to do that was a mismatch. How can I? At first, I'm upset at Schoonmaker, but I said, "Hold on, Nate.
Yeah.
This thing goes a little bit deeper than this kid." Coach, what are you doing?
And it was basically a reach block, too, that he had to make on him. So I mean, he wasn't lined up. Even if he was lined up straight up on him, it was a mismatch.
You ever seen?
Then you're asking him to.
You ever seen a little baby antelope? This is gonna be ugly. A little baby antelope in Africa, and all of a sudden a cheetah hit.
It's over fast.
It's over fast,
Yeah,
man.
it don't happen.
This kid didn't even have a chance. I'm like, oh.
So you had Terrence Steele there, but Steele went to get Wagner, the linebacker.
Well, then just put Nate Thomas in.
That's what he's talking about.
Yes, sir.
There it is. Go to the jumbo package.
Go to the jumbo
71
Get off
eligible.
Yes.
Get off the goal line. Yeah.
So I'm sorry. I brought us down right quick.
Is that what you were talking about, or the?
But
fact
that was
you
a
didn't
perfect
think-
thing to ask after
Did you not
I'm
think it was a
praising
safety?
the other play on the
No,
offensive
I did.
line.
No, I thought it was a safety. But I mean, if we're talking about all this positive that was going on, that was the one negative that I thought in the game. When I saw it, I was like, man, Lou Schoonmaker is being set up to fail in that situation. But offensively, and I know you guys know this, but this is the first time, since 1973, that the Dallas Cowboys have scored more than 40 points at home, and this is
3 and 3 consecutive.
three straight games. Like this is crazy. The span. I mean, and what they're doing right now, offensively.
Man, I tell you like this right here. It's an honor to see this. For the first time since Dak rookie year, I think the fan base, to a man and woman, really wants Dak here for the first time since his rookie year. And so I hope it don't stop. I just really hope it don't stop.
The love fest. Keep the love fest going. Yeah, I love it.
Just think, I mean,
you started the show talking about the changing the narrative on Pickens. How about changing the narrative on Dak?
Yeah, all around. Not just with our fan base. You can start with the national media and everybody else where it needs to change, because everybody can see the numbers and his accuracy, the way that he's obviously maneuvering.
He's worked diligently. I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
You did.
To make sure his accuracy. You can see him when he's throwing. I hear Isaiah on our show always saying, look at his hips, look at his feet placement. I mean, he just bragging in the decision making. But, you know, every morning he called me after a game and okay, Pickens is doing the job. I got to hear 15
Don't pat
minutes.
me. Don't pat me. Don't pat me.
I got to hear 15 minutes of Pickens before.
Yes, because it's legit.
To get the guy getting him the ball.
Get him the ball.
Well, you know what? It's also going to change the opinions of players.
Yes.
Because in the NFL.com top 100, Dak was 79th, and he was the 15th of 16 quarterbacks in the top 100.
And who?
In the
not
voting.
the DallasCowboys.com.
Player vote.
No.
NFL.com.
Oh, NFL.
Players don't know.
The conspiracy, bro.
Well,
it's
you're right.
always this.
Thank
But
you
that's where he was.
Yeah, thank you for mentioning.
It's always a conspiracy.
The blatant disrespect. But it's okay, though. It's okay, though, because we got two guys that have an axe to grind, and it's one George Pickens and one Rain Dakota Prescott.
I don't think George have an act.
Yes, he does.
I think he. I don't see it that way. I think he's always been looked to for acceptance.
Think so?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because he didn't fit in the last place he was at. He weirdness don't stop. Now some of the ways you do your weirdness may change, but when you weird, you weird. And
Nate, what?
When you are weird, like I'm I say sometimes quirky and crazy things.
Yeah.
And over the years, I had to learn to accept, like, well, where did that come from, Nate? Sometimes that's who you are. This kid is different. And I use the crazy word. This kid is different. He's not going to stop being different. But can you get somewhere where people can help harness that difference?
Yeah.
And accept that difference. Charles Haley, we never seen nothing like Charles Haley. And when he hit the cowboy thing, it's like, wow, whoa.
He was
you have to accept that.
Yeah. He was a different kind of different than what Pickens is, but he was different.
Yes, he was. Yeah. And I'm telling you, when you watched that interview yesterday, CD just fluent, running, we this and we that, and they went to Pickens. They said, well, Pick, what you think? Well, I'm like, oh, he's different. He's trying not to say the first thing coming to his mind.
Yeah.
Whereas in Pittsburgh, he was going to say whatever came to his mind.
He's measured.
Yeah, he's measuring it now. But, man, come on, man. Say what you say. You know? The White House, at the time I mentioned the White House, it was an ugly thing.
Easy.
But 2 weeks later, it was man, Big Noon hanging out with the president. You're right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So speaking about measuring, we've gone almost 45 minutes and we didn't mention a 61-yard field goal.
Oh man, that was sweet. When I found out it was 61 yards, I fell in love with the kid.
If you wasn't already,
it took six of them.
You wasn't already in love with him.
An NFL record, 6 field goals over 60 yards, and you finally fell in love with it.
You know what the funny thing was? So when you guys were down on the field before the game, I was talking with Dan Bailey.
Yeah.
And we were talking about these young kickers and how they're kicking. He goes, gosh, in my day, if we could make 5 from 50, that was something.
Yes.
Now you're making them from 60, even the high school kids, right?
How about the free kick?
Oh, yeah.
The free kick from the 20-yard line.
He kicked it
all the way to the end
yards.
zone. It's a touchback.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
And I guarantee you from 61, it was good from 70.
Yeah.
And I was watching him warm up. And the last kick he kicked one direction was the ball was placed down on the 50-yard line. And it hit high on the net, and the net's almost back to the back wall, right? Yeah. It would have been good from 70. So when he was lining up, my thought was, Is he going to kick it straight? Because he's going to get it there.
Right.
It's just a matter of, those uprights get narrower when you're standing that far away.
Yeah, the thing that this team for me yesterday, including the kicker, I like games that seem uniform, where you did what you had to do. People don't understand big plays come when you do what you have to do. And even towards the end, with 45 seconds left, that was just a nice play. Dak didn't strain to throw it to that kid. That kid didn't do nothing unusual, but it turned out to be something explosive, and they was able to score. When you do the right things, be in the right gaps. When you cover and be with the right depth, my man, like that play with Bland, he was off. He never left his guy. 2 weeks ago, everybody would have left their guy. He stayed with his guy.
He was in his zone.
Yes,
stayed
and when
there.
that ball popped up, he now shows his natural ability of who he is.
Yeah.
So I tell people, you can say man, you can say zone. Do what you're supposed to do. Let your athletic ability take over after your responsibilities.
Well, let me say this, man, before we get out of here. Javonte Williams had a hell of a game. Mm-hmm. The move that he made, the jump cut that he made.
In the hole.
Yeah, that was talk about explosiveness. That was amazing. The other thing that I absolutely loved about yesterday's game was the homecoming for the
And Nate, you're going to be here
players.
tomorrow?
Yeah,
that was
we need to talk about that tomorrow.
That was awesome.
Mm-hmm. I tell you what, man.
That was awesome.
We'll talk tomorrow, man.
No, say it.
Yeah.
You can say it now.
Say it.
No, I'm just
say
going
it
to wait.
now, and we'll
I was going to
tomorrow.
expose what we was talking on the phone.
Don't do it. Don't do
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Don't do it.
We'll talk homecoming tomorrow, and tomorrow will be
Do we need to get
3
a former
weeks away from
cheerleader
the trade
in too?
deadline? 2 weeks away from the
Man,
trade.
them old
2 weeks
cheerleaders
away
was
from the
liking me, man.
Hey,
I'm
Nate, tomorrow's 2 weeks away from the trade deadline.
And yes, sir.
Okay.
And we can't
That'll
get
be
the guys he wants.
That'll be something we can talk about tomorrow too. All right,
We'll be
on
here.
the next edition of Mick Shots. Go
Cowboys! Go Missouri!
Yeah!
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!